Hi there. This is a set of two videos, this one being the first, produced by the Franz Barden Academy about Kabbalah. I'm Jacob Abramovitz. So, what can be said about Kabbalah in a few minutes that will be of value to you and even beneficial? Assuming that you do not know much about the subject, I've decided to make it a high-level discussion, but in the second clip, conclude with giving a glimpse of the basic teachings and their practical application. Before we do this, let me first mention to you my first meeting with the Kabbalah master, Jacob, who later became my Kabbalah teacher. A friend of mine set up a lunch appointment with Jacob. It was in Sandton, one of the busy restaurants, and at peak hour, so very noisy as well. We were sitting, having a discussion, and I was explaining to him how I got interested, and he was quietly listening. It quickly became clear that he understood the subject very well. But being a lawyer, I wanted a sign. I wanted an indication that I would not be wasting time and money, effort, and therefore asked him for some kind of demonstration. This is where it gets very interesting. He asked me to look into his eyes, and suddenly, like a gunshot, he called my name. I was rattled, to say the least. I looked around in the restaurant expecting that everybody will be turned towards us and looking at us. But when I looked around, it was as if nobody noticed anything. It was really a bizarre situation. That really sold it to me, and so I ended being a student of Jacob, the Kabbalist. With that short introduction, let's start and have a consideration of some general background on Kabbalah. Kabbalah is generally referred to as Jewish mysticism. Now, I'm not going to go into the historic detail. Considering that this is a practical course, will rather focus on the practical aspects of it. It is my opinion that Kabbalah is a teaching within the Jewish religious teachings, in essence. An inner circle, if you wish, a group within a group that has become the protectors of the highest knowledge that has been gathered through the ages. It is a group with their own secret books that has knowledge of the inner knowledge. Let's just stop here and consider the implications. Ever heard of the principle, knowledge is power? I think we all understand that this is a very important truth. The person who knew how to make fire way back had a better chance to survive than the one who did not. The one with the bow and arrow did much better at hunting than the one throwing rocks. And today, the one with the nuclear arsenal has much more power to enforce his will on the world than the one stuck with a few guns and hand grenades. The same principle applies surely to spirituality. The one with the highest level of insights has the highest spiritual power. And if your view is that spiritual power is the ultimate power, then he is the one who can achieve the most in life. However, there is also another principle that goes with the first principle. It is, in fact, one broadly quoted in magical circles. It goes as follows: milk is for babes and meat for men. To return to our previous examples, one would say that you could not allow a child to play with fire, guns, or nuclear weapons. At a spiritual level, the idea finds its application in the view that only those with the required spiritual maturity should be introduced to the higher spiritual knowledge. And it is in understanding these two principles that the Kabbalah tradition can be better comprehended. By everyone on the inner circle, it is seen as a powerful knowledge not meant for the masses. You therefore find the famous saying about inner secrets, or let's call it spiritual technology, that goes as follows. Those who do not know have much to say, and those who know remains silent. I will not say any more about this. Now, another interesting thing is that you do get various types of Kabbalah. The main three lines are Jewish Kabbalah, Christian Kabbalah, and Hermetic Kabbalah. Within the Jewish Kabbalah, you get the meditative Kabbalah, philosophical Kabbalah, and a smaller group of practical Kabbalists. My teacher Jacob is one of the few remaining practical or magical Kabbalists. At the center of Kabbalah is the concept to create through words. The Jewish Christian creation story is quite unique. While many of other creation stories talks about gods that creates the heavens and earth and those things in it with their mere power, the Jewish Christian view is that everything was created by words. The important point here is that word is acknowledged as a creative force. Words are therefore seen as much more than sounds. Words are creative force. It can direct power. A wise person once said that the hands is to the body what words are to the spirit. Just to illustrate the truth of this at a very practical level, consider that words can be either positive or negative energy. You will know that negative feelings comes from negative expressions, while when you talk about love and beauty, it creates a positive energy between those who share the conversation. And this is the central secret of Kabbalah. As a result of getting to know the Kabbalistic secrets about word power, one can therefore influence your world in accordance with your intention. This concludes the first video of this 2 set of videos. Thank you now.